barre class this morning. So barre is a full body workout. It's high intensity, but it's low impact. So we're always going to keep at least one foot on the ground at all times. We're really eliminating all the jumping, bouncing, and pressure that we're putting on our feet and legs. So we're really just going to focus on small, compact movements that focus on both the little and the big muscles. So we'll be holding poses, we're going to be pulsing. It'll be a nice burner, but we won't have that bouncing and jumping hurting those knees and that lower back. With that being said, we're going to start with a warm-up. We'll move into a little bit of planking core, and then hit arms, thighs, glutes, and then we'll finish off with core, and we'll do a little cool-down stretch. So take this at your own pace, pause it if you need to, grab your water. For this workout, you'll need a mat or a soft surface. Carpet always works as well, and then a bar of some sort. So I'm lucky enough to have a bar here, but you can also use a chair, a bedside, a table, whatever you have that you can use for balance and support during some of our exercises. We won't be using it a great deal, we'll mostly be using it for our thigh and glute series. So if you do not have one, no worries. You can almost always just do it without the bar or do it on the ground. All right, so we'll find a spot on our mat. Please feel free to pause this at any point in time if you need to take a break. I'll be calling out modifications and then also little extra challenges that you can do to challenge your balance or challenge your strength. So we'll start with our feet hip distance parallel. So have those feet facing forward, about hip distance apart. Let's bring those arms up, breathing in, and then exhaling, sinking down, bringing those hands down to the floor, kind of letting them hang there, rotating to the right, rotating to the left, maybe shaking those fingers out, shaking those arms out a little bit, and then slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time, using your core to lift you up. Head should be the last thing that comes up, bringing those arms up above your head, inhaling again, and then exhaling when you're ready, coming down, holding this ragdoll here. So maybe grab your opposite elbow, or just let your arms hang here. Let your head and neck fall in between your hands. Let all that negative energy drain out. Let all that tension drain out. Everyone is stressed right now due to what is going on in our world. So take this time, this next 35 to 45 minutes, breathing, focusing on your body, opening up, listening to your body, breathing here. Still letting that head and neck sink in between those arms, letting it hang there. Feeling a stretch in the back of your legs. We'll roll up one vertebrae at a time again, making sure our head is the last thing to come up, using our core to lift us. We'll bring our hands to our hips, and we'll start with a knee lift here. So lifting one knee at a time, those knees are bent, toes are pointed as we bring the knee up. We're breathing still, we're engaging that core, we're keeping that spine long and elongated. We're taking these at our own pace, finding that breath, lifting each knee and then lowering the foot back down to the ground. Picking it up for an extra challenge here. Getting those muscles moving, getting those legs moving, waking up our body. Tapping it and picking it up. You've got this. Let's bring those arms up above our head or behind our head, grabbing our head, and we're going to add in a little torso twist here. So as we pick up our left knee, we're going to reach our right elbow towards our left knee, and as we pick up our right knee, we'll bring our left elbow towards our right knee. So we're alternating here, not really focusing on touching your knee to your elbow, more so focusing on just activating that torso here. So it doesn't matter how close you get. I'm not getting nearly as close as you think you would want to get, but I'm just focusing on waking up my torso here, activating those core muscles while I'm continuing to lift my knees. You've got this breathing through here, picking up the pace if that's what makes you feel comfortable. Continuing that torso twist, we'll stop those legs in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's find that hip distance parallel again. Keeping our hands up behind our head. We're going to squat and then crunch. Squat and then crunch. So we're taking a squat and then we're bringing our right elbow to our left knee, squatting again, left elbow to right knee. Again, we're not touching it necessarily. If you can, that's awesome. But we're more so focusing on just activating that side core and bringing that elbow a little bit more towards the midline. Using your core here to bring these two groups together. You've got this. Continuing with this squat, opposite crunch. We're gonna hold this low squat here in 3, 2, let's hold this low squat here. Hands can stay behind your head or they can come into prayer, making sure those feet are facing forward, our knees are behind our toes, in alignment with our ankles. You've got this holding here, breathing, finding that breath in, sink that booty a little bit lower. You've got this. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's come up, let's rise up onto those toes, and then coming back down, placing those heels on the ground, onto the toes, and then coming back down. A little bit of a calf activation here with these calf raises, slow and controlled, finding your balance at the top, and then lowering back down, coming back up, feeling it in those calves, thinking about those calves. Let's work on that mind-body connection here. Thinking about those muscle groups that we're using will help us activate and help us get the most beneficial workout. Coming up onto those toes and then lowering down. Last one here, coming up onto those toes and then lowering those heels back to the ground, taking a couple steps back to the back of your mat, and then let's walk our hands out, finding plank. We're gonna start working with our right leg here. So we're gonna come back into downward dog, pressing those glutes and hips back towards the back of the room. Let's lift our right foot up, finding that 3-legged dog, and then coming into plank as we bring our right foot into our right knee into our right shoulder. We're gonna be rotating between this move here, this 3-legged dog, and then this 3-legged plank with your right foot only. So taking these at your own pace, squeezing your core, alternating between 3-legged plank with your right knee in at your right elbow, and then 3-legged dog with your right leg up towards the sky. Taking however long you need at each position, alternating here, focusing on activating that core. Squeezing those core muscles. You've got this. We're gonna hold in that plank position next time you get there. In 3, 2, let's hold that right knee in towards that right elbow. You've got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, keeping it here. Send it back towards the back of the room, holding this plank, planting your left hand, opening up to the right side. We're doing left side plank. So modification here would be coming down onto that bottom knee, keeping that top leg extended, left arm is planted, keeping it in alignment with your shoulder here, and right arm is up towards the sky. We're facing the side of the room. Modify as needed, squeeze those core muscles, activate your side core. You've got this. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's drop that glute down to the ground. Bring those legs in, kind of curl them in, and then we're going to reach over to our right side to stretch our left side body that we were just working in our side plank. Breathing here, stretching out that side body, finding whatever side body stretch feels comfortable for you. And then we'll come back to that plank position, working on our left foot this time, so finding that plank, and then sending those hips back to downward dog, lifting that left foot up towards the sky, and when you're ready, we'll be working it in towards your left elbow, holding this plank here, and then sending it back to 3-legged dog. Coming in, letting knee and elbow meet, or as close to meeting as they can, and then sending it back up to downward facing dog. Modification here would be taking a little bit of a longer time in downward facing dog. To challenge yourself, stay in that plank position a little bit longer. Breathing here, you've got this focus. Working on that core strength, working on that balance, bringing that left elbow into the left, or the left knee into the left elbow. We're gonna hold that plank position in 3, 2, let's hold that plank position here. You've got this. Breathing through, we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring that knee back to the back, planting our right hand. Let's open up to our left side this time. Modify by placing that right knee down on the ground. We are in right side plank, making sure our hand is underneath our shoulder and everything is in alignment. We're reaching our left hand up towards the sky. And we're breathing here, activating that side core, keeping our back long and elongated. Squeezing here, you've got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's drop those glutes down to the ground. Kind of curling our legs in a little bit and then reaching over to the left side, letting our right arm reach over our head to get a side body stretch. Breathing here, enjoying this little stretch. And then when you're ready, we'll find plank one more time. Finding that high plank, modifying by coming down onto those knees. So still holding that plank position, but we're on those knees this time, making sure your spine is still long and elongated, making sure those hands are planted underneath those shoulders and all of our whole arm is in alignment. We don't want anything too far out or too far in. Slight bend in those arms so we're not hyperextending at our elbows. And when you're ready, we're going to shoulder tap. Moving into arms here, we're tapping our shoulder with our opposite hand, and then we're replacing it back, or we're replacing our hand back on the ground. Taking these at your own pace, challenging yourself here, not letting those hips dip to the side as you reach for your shoulder. So trying to maintain stability here. Be stable, be slow, take it as slow as you need to. Working on activating our arm muscles here. Breathing through. You've got this, tapping those shoulders at your own pace. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's send our hips back, finding child's pose, sinking in here for just a couple seconds. We'll find push-ups next. Relax here for now. We've got 3, 2. Let's come back up to that push-up position, coming onto those knees. For a super extra challenge, come onto your feet, but we'll be here for quite a bit of time. So coming onto those knees to start may help you with your form and push-ups. So let's find that push-up position. Again, hands planted below the shoulders. Maybe a little bit wider. We're going to lower down to the ground and lift back up. Lowering down and lifting back up. Taking this at your own pace, squeezing your core here. We're lowering all the way down and we're coming all the way back up. Squeezing all of our muscles here, using our arm muscles to get us down to the ground and to push us back up. We're trying not to arch our back here. So we're really trying to maintain that long and elongated spine as we push up and as we go back down. Breathing through here. Again, pausing at the top, even adding in a small child's pose. So pushing up, pushing back into child's pose, relaxing here for a second, and then coming back to these push-ups. Challenging yourself here, you've got this. We're gonna hold that push-up halfway in 3, 2, so let's slight bend in those arms. We're finding that halfway hold here. You've got this, push through. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pushing back down into child's pose. You've got this. Resting in child's pose, maybe walking your hands to the right side, stretching your left side body, and then walking your hands to the left side to stretch your right side body. Let's find that push-up position again. This time, we're not going all the way down. We're going to go halfway down and then all the way down, and then halfway up, and then all the way up. So we're still doing a full extension push-up, but we're pausing in the middle both ways. Taking these again at your own pace, pausing halfway and then lowering all the way down, coming back up, pausing halfway, and then coming all the way up. You've got this. I know it's hard, but you are getting stronger. Thank your body for pushing yourself here. You've got this. We're gonna hold that halfway in 3, 2, let's hold halfway here. You've got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's push back down into child's pose. Sinking in here, breathing, finding your breath. Coming back to it. Again, finding that side body stretch again if you want to. And then when you're ready, we'll come up to stance. So let's find that hip distance parallel stance again. Feet are facing the front of the room. We're gonna bring those arms behind us to get into those triceps. So let's bend those arms, bringing them back into a row position behind us. So bringing those arms back, and we're just going to bend and extend at the elbow for now. So bending and extending at the elbow. Slight bend in those knees, squeezing your triceps as you bend and extend at the elbow. Breathing through here. Coming back to that breath. Keeping those shoulders extended behind you. Again, pausing if you need to, taking a break, grabbing a drink, and then coming right back to it. You can add a weight here if you have them, but it is in no way necessary. I know I get the same burn without those weights. Squeezing those muscles and focusing on that mind-body connection will really help you get the full benefits of the workout. Still just bending, extending at the elbow here, pushing those hands back towards the back of the room. You've got this. We're gonna keep those elbows extended in 3, 2, so keep that arm straight, keeping those hands out behind you. We're gonna pulse backwards. So palms are facing the back of the room, and we're just pushing back, pretending like we have a big weight behind us, and we're trying to lift it up or push it back towards the back of the room. Arms are straight, we're pushing backwards. Breathing here, you've got this. I know it's burning, pushing through. You are getting stronger, you are capable. Find that breath. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's rotate those palms in to face each other. And we're gonna pulse inwards, pulsing those palms in towards each other. So you're reaching them towards the midline of your body, still extending them back behind you. Palms facing each other and pushing towards each other. You've got this. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring those arms back to our side. We're fully going to extend them out behind us and then bring them back to our side. So we're not bending and extending at the elbow this time. We're keeping that elbow straight. We're just lowering and lifting our arms. You've got to squeeze those triceps here, pushing through. You are capable, you are strong, and you're getting stronger. Extending those arms back behind us. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep those arms extended out behind you. We're gonna pulse in one more time. Pulsing those palms in towards each other. You've got this, embrace that burn. Push through. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax those arms. Roll those shoulders out a little bit. Grab your right arm, bring it across your body. Breathing here, returning to your breath. And then grab that left arm, bring it across your body. Let it sink in, finding the stretch here, doing whatever makes you comfortable. And then grabbing that right arm again, we're gonna send our palm down our back. Finding that tricep stretch here. And then switching sides, grabbing that left elbow, pushing our palm down our back. All right, grab a drink here, and then we'll head over to our bar or a chair or a table, whatever you're using as your bar. Today we're gonna start facing the bar. So let's place both of our hands on it, and then come up onto our toes, bringing our heels together. So a front view would be here. I'm on my toes, my heels are pressing together. Let's just focus here on squeezing those glutes and pressing our heels together. Keeping those heels together is going to really help activate our glutes throughout the rest of this workout. So focus on that squeeze. I'm going to keep calling it out throughout the workout to make sure that we're still mindfully keeping that whole squeeze there. Again, we're squeezing our glutes as well. So we're just going to lower and lift here. Lower and lift, keeping those heels squeezed, keeping those glutes squeezed. Glutes are squeezing the whole time as I lower, and at the back, coming up to the top. Not leaning into the bar too much, using it for balance, support, but not relying on it. Lowering and lifting, making sure we're squeezing. You've got this. Activating our leg muscles here. Making sure our knees and our toes are pointing in the same direction as we lower and as we lift. We want to protect our knees here at all costs. Making sure we're keeping a long and elongated spine so we're not bending forward, we're not arching backward. We're taking this at our own pace, focusing on our form here. When you're ready, we're going to plant our left foot still on those toes here. Planting that left foot, we're going to be moving our right foot first. So we're going to move our right foot to the front, we're going to lower, and we're going to move it to the back, and we're going to lower. So we're alternating here, speeding it up for an extra challenge and slowing it down. Also for an extra challenge, speeding it up gets a little bit more cardio in. Modification, coming down onto your heel as you rotate, and then lifting back up when you get your foot to the correct spot. So we're just taking a little bit of the stress off the calf, but we're still lowering with our heel lifted. Taking these at your own pace, finding what's comfortable for you. Front and back, keeping that left foot planted. We're just moving our right foot here. You've got this. We're going to have that foot behind us, and we're going to hold low in 3, 2. Let's keep that foot behind us, and we'll hold low here. You've got this. We're going to pulse. So up an inch and down an inch. Pulsing here, keeping those heels lifted, pulsing up and down, feeling that burn, feeling that activation. Trying not to lean into our bar. Use our legs here. You've got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring that foot back up to the front. Still lowering and lifting. Taking these at our own pace. Moving our right foot behind and then in front. Challenging yourself to maybe get a little bit lower. Again, modifying by coming onto that heel as you bring your foot behind. And as you bring it forward, but coming back up onto the heel as you lower and lift. A little extra cardio, speed it up. You've got this. We're going to hold again with our foot in front of us this time. In 3, 2, find that right foot in front of you. Let's lower down and let's hold here. Grounding those toes into the floor. Squeezing your glutes, squeezing your core. You've got this. Trying not to lean to the bar. Really letting those legs burn. Feel that burn. You've got this. We've got 4, 3, 2. Let's pulse here. Pulsing up and down. You've got this. Challenge yourself. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. Let's plant that left foot again. We're going to have it face the side of the room. We're going to take a couple steps back. We're going to lift that right foot up into the sky. Let's flex our foot here. We're going to lower it down to the ground and then extend it back out behind us. We're we're not lifting it incredibly high off the ground like that. We're gonna lift it only to where our glute is working. So if you feel your lower back starting to work here, stop and take it a little bit lower. So I'm not even really lifting mine up very far. I'm focusing on squeezing my glute here. Not letting that lower back activate. I'm keeping my core engaged though. Core is squeezed right now. Lowering and lifting. Tapping it on the ground and lifting it back up. For modification, let's bring our foot all the way in, letting our glutes relax just a little bit and then extending back out behind us. We're going to hold it out and pulse in 3, 2, so extend that leg, find that spot where that glute is working. We're going to pulse here. Pulsing. Up an inch and down an inch, keeping that toe flexed. You've got this, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, let's bring that knee in, bend that right knee. We're going to open out to the side. So using our outer glutes to help us lift our right leg out to the side. A front view would be here. I'm lifting my leg up, keeping that knee bent, keeping that toe flexed, using the bar for balance. We're lifting out towards the side and we're bringing it back in towards the midline. You've got this. I know that left leg is burning. It's been stabilizing us for a long time, but you've got this. You've got a little bit longer. Lifting that right leg out to our side and then returning it back towards the middle. We're going to hold that leg up there to the side. 3, 2, let's hold that leg out to the side. You've got this. Holding here. Finding that stability, finding that balance. When you're ready, we're going to extend our knee here. So keeping that leg out, but we're just bending and straightening at the knee. You've got this, pushing through. Squeezing those glutes. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, let's bring it back in towards the midline, and again we're going to open out. So returning back to just opening our leg out to the side and then returning it back to the midline. You've got this, flexing that foot still, keeping that knee bent, opening out to the side and then bringing it back in. You've got this. We're going to add in that knee extension here. So we're going to bring our leg in, open it out, extend knee, bend the knee, and then bring it back in. Making this into a series here, kind of combining our moves together, opening out, straightening the leg, bending the leg, and then bringing it back in. Taking these at your own pace is our last thing here. You've got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You've got this. Extending it out and then bringing it back in. Let's plant that right foot this time. Our left foot has been stabilizing us. I know that left glute is probably burning a bit. So we're going to find figure 4 stretch on our left side. Placing our ankle onto the quad of our right leg, sinking down, using your bar to help you stretch a little bit. Finding a stretch right here in the glute. And then maybe planting that foot back down on the ground, walking those legs out a little bit, sinking your head in between your hands and your arms. Finding whatever stretch is making your body happy. And when you're ready, we'll come back up, bringing those legs in closer towards the bar, coming up onto your toes, and then finding that heel connection again. So pressing our heels together, just standing here for a couple seconds, focusing on that core engaging, focus on those glutes squeezing, and focus on those heels being pressed together. Think of those calves activating. You've got this. We'll add that lower and lift in. So keeping those heels pressed together, we're lowering down and we're lifting back up, squeezing our glutes. Bending at the knee and then straightening back up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze here. Continuing with your breath, matching your breath up with your exercise. Picking it up a bit if you want, lowering and lifting. This time we're going to be planting our right foot, and we're going to be moving our left foot. So as we lower and we lift, we're going to be moving our right foot in front of us, lowering, and then our left foot in front of us, lowering, and then our left foot behind us and lowering. Taking these again at your own pace, modifying by coming down onto that right heel as you bring your foot behind you, coming back up onto the heel, lowering, and then finding it again as you bring your foot forward. Challenging yourself here, try and get a little bit lower. Work on that balance and that stability with your right leg. We've already done the work on our left leg. It's the other side's turn. We gotta balance it out. Squeezing again, here still. Engaging those core muscles the whole time. We're gonna hold low with our foot behind us in 3, 2, left foot is behind us, let's lower down. Holding here, squeezing your glutes, engaging your core, we're gonna pulse. Pulsing up and down. You've got this, get a little bit lower for me if you can. Finding that breath, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, coming back into that alternating movement, lowering with our leg in front and lowering with our leg behind. Again, modifying by planting that heel down at some point as you're alternating. Still coming to that breath. Always finding that breath, relying on it to get you through. Instead of focusing on the burn, focus on your breath. You've got this. We're gonna hold again with our left foot in front of us in 3, 2, let's plant that left foot in front of us. Let's bend those knees, holding low here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, let's add that pulse. You've got this pulsing little movements here, up and down, up and down. You've got this, breathing through. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, coming up, planting that right foot on the ground, having it face the side of the room. Again, we're going to lift our left leg up behind us. We're slowly going to lower and lift it. Again, I'm not reaching it super high towards the sky. I'm focusing on just using my glutes to lift it up as far as you can and then lower it back down to the ground. I think I have a little bit less mobility on this side, which is okay. Slight bend in that right knee. Squeezing your glutes here, flexing that toe. You've got this. Taking these at your own pace, making sure we're not hyperextending our right knee. We're going to hold it up in 3, 2, keep that leg extended. Let's pulse here. Pulsing that leg. Up and down. Up and down. Squeezing in those glutes. You've got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring our knee in. Bend at the knee. We're going to open out this time, just like we did on the other side. So bringing our knee in towards the midline and then opening it out, bringing it away from the midline. Front view would be here. Just opening my leg out to the side and then bringing it back in. Feeling that burn in the right glute this time, probably. I know it's probably exhausting because we just worked on the other side. Squeezing through here, pushing through. You've got this. We're going to hold that left leg up in 3, 2. Let's hold that left leg up. Let's pulse here. Pulsing, pulsing. Small movements. You've got this. Breathing through. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding it here. Let's bend and extend at that knee. Bending and extending at that knee. You've got this. Breathing here. activating that core, squeezing those glutes. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's bring that knee back into our midline and then extend it out. Again, returning to that first movement. Bringing it in towards the midline and then bringing it away from the midline. You've got this. We'll add to that series in 3, 2. So we're going to bring that leg out, holding it out here, extending at the knee, bending the knee, and then bringing our leg back in. Opening, extending, bending, closing. Keeping up with the series, you've got it. Combining all the moves together. Opening, straightening, bending, closing. Opening, straightening, bending, closing. Feeling in that right glute. I know you've got this. Push through. Breathe here. Focus on that breath. We've got 3, 2. Last one. You've got this. Planting that left foot down, bringing that right ankle onto your left quad, sinking down to figure 4 stretch, stretching your right glute out. I know it's burning. I know it's tight. You've got this. You've got a little bit more to go. Maybe taking a couple steps back, walking it out, finding a little hamstring stretch, getting more into those glutes. Breathing. And then when you're ready, we'll find a spot on our backs, on our mat. So take a break, grab a drink, and then find a spot on your mat. We're going to plant our feet in front of us. We're going to lower down to our backs, and we're going to lift up into glute bridge. So here we're lifting our hips up towards the sky. We're squeezing our glutes. We're keeping that core super engaged. This is a glute workout and this is a core workout, so let's really focus on using both muscle groups. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze that core, keep that spine long and elongated, placing your hands, palms down beside you, or bringing them up to your chest, doing whatever is comfortable for you. Focusing on that squeeze here. Just holding your hips up towards the sky. You've got this. When you're ready, we're going to lower our hips towards the ground and then extend them back up towards the sky. Lowering down and then extending back up towards the sky, squeezing the whole entire time. Lowering and lifting. You've got this. Challenging yourself. Feeling our whole bodies activated here. Lowering and lifting back up. We're going to hold our hips up towards the sky again in 3, 2. Let's hold those hips towards the sky, but let's add a little pulse here. We're pulsing up towards the sky. Tiny little movement. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but we're just pushing our hips up slightly, slightly more up towards the sky. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold here. We're going to lift our right leg up off the ground, holding up with our left leg. We're doing single leg glute bridge with our left leg here. I know that left glute is burning, but you've got this. Push through. Bending that right knee a little bit, pushing in, keeping those glute muscles activated. You've got this. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Planting that right leg down again, lifting our left glute or our left foot up this time. Finding a single leg right glute bridge. You've got this. Sending those hips up towards the sky still. Squeezing that right glute. Planting our left foot down in 3, 2. Holding here. Let's lower to the ground for just a quick little second. And then we'll be coming back up to do single leg glute bridge a couple more times. Let's lift those hips back up towards the sky. Again, lifting our right foot off the ground this time, holding our left leg glute bridge. Pressing our feet into the ground, holding here, squeezing that left glute. You've got this for 5, 4, 3, 2. Planting that right foot on the ground, lifting our left foot up this time. Right foot, single leg glute bridge. Holding here, we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, plant that left foot on the ground. Last one here, let's lift our right leg again. Challenging yourself, pushing yourself again, modifying by coming down for a quick second and then coming back up. You've got this for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's do our last one to balance it out, lifting our left leg up off the ground, pushing our right foot into the ground, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's lower our glutes down to the ground. Windshield wipering our knees, finding a stretch in the lower back, massaging those glutes on the ground. Sinking in here, shaking those legs out, maybe finding full body stretch if you need to. And when you're ready, we'll find legs up the wall. So our feet are straight, or as straight as you can get them. I cannot get mine very straight. We're sending them straight up like we're kind of placing them on a wall. And we're going to do some single leg lifts here. So I'm going to lower my right leg down to the ground and I'm going to lift it back up. Lowering my left leg down to the ground and lifting it back up. Alternating with these here. You can modify by bending those knees and tapping one foot to the ground and then tapping the other foot to the ground. Alternating leg lifts here. You've got this, pressing your lower back into the ground. Really making sure that that lower back is connected to the ground. We do not want to hurt it here. For modification, also you can place your hands underneath your glutes, but we're still making sure that low back is pushed into the ground. Squeezing those core muscles here. You've got this. Only a couple more before we add in a double leg lift to this series. So we're going to be moving into a single leg lift, and a double leg lift. So we're going to lower our left leg, lower our right leg, and then lower both legs and come back up. Taking this at your own pace, finding the flow here. Single, single, double. Again, still pressing that low back into the ground, activating those core muscles, modifying by placing those palms under your glutes like mine are, or bending those legs a little bit. Still getting that same core activation benefit, but not as challenging with our legs straight. You've got this. Breathing through here, find that breath, focus on that breath. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Let's bring those legs out in front of us, sending them out in front of us. Bring those hands up above our head. We're slowly going to roll up. My favorite core move here are vertebrae roll-ups. So it's almost like a sit-up, but we're letting that vertebrae roll up one vertebrae at a time, and then we're lowering back down one vertebrae at a time. We're squeezing our lower core muscles as we do so, taking it slow and controlled, not letting momentum bring us up or down, but just solely using that core control here. Squeezing and challenging yourself. You've got this. Breathing through. We're on the tail end of our workout here. This is our last exercise before we get to stretch. So push yourself here, getting a couple more in, taking these at your own pace still. Really squeezing those core muscles. We've got 3 more here. You've got this. Challenge yourself. Last one. Sit all the way up and hold up here. Good job. Bring those feet in to meet each other. Let's find butterfly stretch. Great job today. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for challenging yourself and pushing yourself. You got stronger today. You pushed your muscles. You pushed yourself. Thank yourself for that. Feels good to let that stress out from the world right now, no matter if it's school or work or just life in general. sink those knees down towards the ground. For an extra stretch, bring those heels in more close to the body, closer to the body. When you're ready, we'll send that right leg out, reach for that right foot, finding a hamstring and back of the knee stretch. Grabbing your water. Again, returning to your breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring that right foot in, send that left foot out, reach for your left toes. Hamstring, back of the knee stretch here. Maybe even a little bit in the side body or lower back, depending on how far you can reach. If you can't reach for those toes, reach for that ankle. Try not to reach for your knee. Reach for whatever you can. And we're going to send both legs out in front of us. Reach for both toes. Extending here, trying to get that stretch. Maybe walking those knees out a little bit. So bending and straightening out your knees. Finding that mobile stretch. Breathing. If you're ready, we'll come onto those knees. We do a little hip flexor stretch here. So come onto the right knee and then come up onto our left toe, or our left foot, and we're going to sink in to a runner type lunge here. Coming forward and coming back to neutral. Coming forward and then back to neutral, kind of easing our hip into the stretch. When you're ready, we'll hold that stretch forward, really getting into the right hip flexor here. If you want to, you can bend that right knee, grabbing for the foot or the ankle. This adds a little quad stretch. And then we'll send those hips back, straightening our left leg, reaching forward, finding another hamstring stretch. Adding your own variation to these if you have something else that is better for your body. When you're ready, we'll bring that left knee back to meet the right knee, and then we'll bring our right knee for our right leg out in front of us. Again, we're just going to come forward and backwards, easing into that left hip flexor stretch. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, we'll hold that stretch. Keeping or sending our hips forward, stretching that left hip flexor. You can grab your left ankle with your left hand, adding in a quad stretch. And then sending those hips back, straightening our right leg, reaching for the toes or reaching for the ground. Up to stance, bringing those arms up above our head, breathing in, and then exhaling, sending them down towards the ground, finding that ragdoll one more time, reaching to the left and reaching to the right, breathing in and out. Last vertebrae roll up here, slowly one vertebrae at a time, come back up to stance, squeezing that core again, rolling your head and neck out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.